All in the rim, we back. I'll go by the name of Stealth, the producer. We got Doughboy Bush, and today we are going to talk about our NBA playoff predictions, man. So the final play-in game just finished up about an hour or so ago. The Suns just beat the Golden State Warriors, and before that, Orlando Magic pretty much blew out the Charlotte Hornets. That wasn't even a game from the start. So Orlando was in, and the Phoenix Suns are in. So now we got our brackets, man. We got our brackets. So we're going to talk about who we think is going to win each series and who we think is going to go to the NBA Finals. And ultimately, I guess we're going to talk about who we think is going to win the NBA Finals. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to get to it. Playoffs start tomorrow. We're doing this video right now. It's about 11 o'clock Friday night. And the playoffs start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So in less than 12 hours, we are going to have playoff basketball. This season flew the heck by.
It did.
I remember when we were like doing our season preview videos in like August, like September, and now like we're already in the playoffs, and you know, so we're in the middle of the spring. It's gonna go by fast, and then we are to the summer, and it's crazy, man. Already for a lot of teams, they're already looking towards the next year. You know what I mean? But we are gonna talk about the playoffs today. So if this is your first time to our channel, please hit that sub button. Please, please, please. It goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Provide your feedback too, man. Anything that you feel like we can improve on, anything you feel like you want us to talk about, or you just want to talk about, you just want to shoot the shit and talk about what we talking about, which is your predictions. You can let us know. Let us know in the comments, man. Talk to us. We talk back. We want that engagement, so we definitely would appreciate it. So let's get straight to it, man.
Let's get to it, man.
So you want me to go first? You like, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean,
you already see my bracket, so I got to go ahead and see. You know, I
so I got to go first or what?
Yeah, because you see my bracket, so I get to see yours. So
all right, so let me get my bracket up real quick, y'all. All right, so
I'm curious to see.
We're gonna start. Let's start with the Eastern Conference first, right?
Okay.
Let's start with the Eastern Conference. So the 8 teams we got the Pistons, we got the Magic, we got the Cavs versus the Raptors, we got the Knicks versus the Hawks, we have the Celtics versus the Sixers. All right, so if you're watching right now, you can see my bracket on the screen, but I'm gonna go back so you can see us real quick, and then we'll kind of go back and forth or whatever. So pretty much, all right, so we're just gonna run through these teams real quick. I got, of course, the Pistons over the Magic. You may see on our brackets that it says the Hornets. That's because the bracket site that we used didn't update that team. I guess they figured the Hornets were going to win. I kind of had the Hornets winning that game too today, but
I thought the Hornets
Magic kind of dug deep and, you know, pulled it out. Pause. Woo! That was crazy.
Major.
But yeah, the Magic they pulled that one out, but I feel like the Pistons are going to beat them. How many games? Whew. I say 5.
Oh,
I say 5. I really don't believe in the Magic, man. I feel like they've been kind of up and down all year. I feel like they were just kind of like playing with house money a bit tonight. They were like, all right, we're at home. You know, it's a playing game. They knew the Hornets played a long overtime game against the Heat. And I think they knew they were inexperienced. And Magic, they've at least been to the playoffs already. Yeah, so, you know, I feel like just experience and just kind of knowing what the moment entailed, they kind of jumped out on the Hornets and, you know, whooped on them. But I feel like against the Pistons, just a better team. Cade Cunningham, I feel like he had a great year. I really like the supporting cast. Jalen Duren, double machine. You know, and a lot of guys got experience and you know, reps when Cade Cunningham was out. I like Duncan Robinson shooting that 3 ball, so you know, I think they're gonna take that series pretty easily, considering, you know, it's an NBA series. But Cavaliers and Raptors, Raptors, young team. They started the season off really well, but I don't think they're ready to beat the Cavaliers. Cavaliers, they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they should have went to the finals last year. They got James Harden this year. They got a point guard. They had Darius Garland last year, but I would say Harden is an upgrade even at that age he is. So I got Cavs winning that. Do you got? I'll say 5 games on that one too.
Okay.
I'll say 5 games on that
Not
one.
mad at that.
Yeah,
Not mad at that at all.
It should
Tough
be 5
series.
games. I don't feel like the Raptors should win 2 games against the Cavs, but we'll see. All right, so
Definitely.
Knicks and Hawks. I got the Knicks winning that one, but I do feel like it's going to be a little more competitive than some people think. I got the Knicks winning that one in 6.
Okay. Oh, 6?
In 6. I think the Hawks are going to get 2 games. I do.
Oh, wow.
Hawks are a good team. Hawks are.
Now you think they're gonna get? You think they're gonna get 2 on what, at home, or 1 on the road?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I feel like they're going to get 2 though. Maybe 1 on the road, one at home, but we'll see. And then we got the Celtics and Sixers. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all probably would think I was crazy, but I was kind of tempted to take the Sixers depending on if Embiid was playing, but he's coming out that appendicitis surgery. Guys have been in and out the lineup all year. They haven't really played together all year. I think they got good players, but I just feel like the chemistry the Celtics kind of had at Jason Tatum. He got about 20 games under his belt before the playoffs. He's getting back into shape, confidence with that Achilles. Got them beating the 76ers. So now let's kind of go back up. Now we got the Knicks and Celtics. I got the Knicks winning, y'all.
And I know you a Knicks fan,
man,
bro.
You know what I mean? I got the Knicks winning, y'all. I do, because I feel like people are like, oh, the Boston Celtics. But here's the thing, right? Y'all got to remember, yes, they had a really good season, but the regular season is the regular season. And when you're playing a team in a 7-game series, it's a little different. Things get tighter. There's not a lot of transition. You got to score in the half court. The teams know each other well. Dating back to last playoffs when they played with each other, or played against each other rather, in the playoffs, and the Knicks won that series. Now Jason Tatum, that's the series he tore his Achilles. He's back, but here's the thing, right? There's no Horford, there's no Holiday, and there's no Porzingis anymore. Derek White has seemed to regress a little bit, and he's not a spring chicken anymore, y'all. Derek White's not like young.
No,
he's been in the league a while now, so another year on his body. Not saying he's trash, still a good player, but I feel like he's not going to be as effective as some people may think. I got the Knicks winning that one, man. I'm gonna say 7.
Brutal. That's a brutal 7-game series.
And then we got the Cavaliers and Pistons. I got the Cavaliers winning that one. I just feel like, again, chip on the shoulder. They got a little more experience. Pistons are still young, and I just don't feel like they're as talented as the Cavs. I don't.
Okay.
And I feel like James Harden, man, it's kind of time to make a run. It's kind of time to make a run, man. So I got the Cavaliers and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm probably picking with my heart on this one, but I got the Knicks coming out the Eastern Conference, man. I got the Knicks beating the Cavaliers.
We went out on a limb on this joint.
I'm gonna say 7 games. I think that Knicks are gonna figure it out. I think Mike Brown is gonna rally the troops. I think he's gonna figure out something defensively. When you give Mike Brown time to figure out who he's going up against, and you give him a series, a 7-game, maybe game to game, he might not be the best coach, but I feel like in a 7-game series, he's a really good coach. He's a defensive coach, and I feel like I like OG. I know Mikal Bridges gets a lot of slack right now, or a lot of flack, for not always being as consistent as people would like. But I think he's gonna figure it out, man. This playoff series, man. So I got the Knicks coming out the East, Western Conference. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this series right here. The Thunder, they're gonna beat the Spurs. Thunder are gonna beat the Suns. Thunder are gonna beat the Suns fairly easy. I think that should probably. Will the Suns even get a game? I'm gonna say sweep. I'm gonna say sweep. I'm about to say Lakers Rockets. Now, if Luka and Austin Reeves were playing, I would have the Lakers. If Luka and Austin Reeves were playing, I would have the Lakers probably in like 6. But as of now, I know Austin Reeves ain't coming back. I think Luka may come back in this series, like maybe like game 3-ish. Because he's already been in Spain, kind of like working out that hamstring or whatever. I think he was kind of like day to day, kind of like not sure, but I think he's going to come back like game 3, maybe game 4-ish. If LeBron can, and them, and company can tie it up, maybe 1-1, or even if they go down 2-1 and Luka come back, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, but I still got Rockets. No, excuse me. No, I got Rockets. I actually did this wrong. I got the Rockets. I put Lakers, but I got Rockets. Denver and Minnesota, I think that series is going to be a lot closer. You and I were just talking about this. I think that series is going to be a lot closer than people think. But I think I'm gonna go with Denver in 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Denver in 7. Jokic, Murray, the experience, championship, you know what I'm saying? MVP, championships. I just feel like they can't go out in the first rounds. And Minnesota's a good team, but I don't feel like they lose to Minnesota. Spurs, Portland Trailblazers. Spurs win that. I say that might be a sweep. Sweep. So then we got Spurs and the Nuggets. Now a lot of people are high on the Spurs right now, and rightfully so. But again, regular season team, and they haven't proven anything yet. We've seen the Thunder and we've seen the Nuggets both win championships in recent years. Spurs are a new kid on the block, right? And I've always said this. I said, like, I feel like the lack of size is going to catch up with them in the playoffs because now, again, like I said, things get tighter. Half court, you got to get rebounds, you got to fight, you got to be strong, you got to be a little bigger. They're a little light, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like Wemby and a whole bunch of guys who are like 6'6" and under. You know what I'm saying? Come on to say De'Aaron Fox is like 2, 3. Castle's probably listed at 6'5", but he's probably about 6'4". Champagny, but what, 6'6"?
Oh, is he 6'6"?
Somewhere. I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't know where they got him listed at, but he's so. So, point being, they don't have no bigs, and I feel like, again, that could be a series to where Jokic. I feel like Wemby might get in foul trouble trying to guard Jokic, because if you just force feed Jokic and Wemby has to. He's gonna get in foul calls because Jokic is a strong dude and he's crafty. So I feel like there's gonna be some series of where like it's either gonna be like Wemby foul trouble, who's gonna step up, and I just feel like the experience isn't gonna be there. So I got the Nuggets in 7. And then Rockets, Thunder up top. Thunder, of course. Thunder, I say 6. I want to say 5. I'll say 6. Just because they got KD, and I don't want to be too disrespectful. I feel like Şengün can maybe put like 2 games together. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I say Thunder and Denver. All right, so Thunder, Denver in the Western Conference Finals. I got Denver. Because I felt like I've seen some chinks in the armor with the Thunder. Like, you know, and they had a long season last year. They played all the way to, June. They won the championship, championship hangover, like, yes, they were still the number 1 seed, but, I don't know, man. I mean, I got to pick a team. I have to pick a team. I don't really like picking against the Thunder, but I'm going to go with Jokic, man. I feel like he's hungry, and I feel like he wants that, another championship, and, Jamal Murray, I think they got one more run in them two. Okay. I like Cam Johnson. I feel like maybe he might have a game or 2. He gets hot from that corner 3 or whatever. So I got Denver and the Knicks in the NBA Finals.
Oh, okay.
So
this ain't a hot take.
I got Denver beating the Knicks in the NBA Finals. I got Jokic.
You're going against your team. Against the Knicks.
I'm not. I'll tell you all the time. I'm not biased. You know what I'm saying? I got. And honestly, the Knicks might lose against the Boston Celtics, but we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. I just feel like I like that Knicks roster, man. I feel like if Mike Brown plays that bench, they can get to the finals, man. And they're good enough to do it roster wise. So, but I do got Denver beating them. Jokic is just a monster, and I got them winning the championship this year. So, dope boy.
Yes, sir.
Dope boy Bush. Who you got? What's your bracket looking like, man? Give me, you know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go out, you know what I'm saying, East, just like how you did yours. Pistons against Orlando. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Orlando is too up and down for me. 1 minute they're playing hard, and winning games, and the next minute they're coming out and not winning at all, or just not playing at all. So in this series, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Pistons, man, in 5. I think the Pistons are gonna go ahead and pull it out in 5. Cade Cunningham's coming back. I don't know what he might have after missing all those games, but I know he has to go ahead and get back into the routine of playing again. He's gonna get his feet up underneath him. I know conditions gonna play a factor in that for him. But I got the Pistons. Go ahead and win that series in 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one, I got the Cavaliers and Raptors. I like what the Raptors have been doing all season long. They've been one of the teams that flew up underneath the radar for quite some time. Nobody's really been talking about them. I know Brandon Ingram's been doing a good job up over there with keeping them boys afloat, along with the supporting cast that they have. But I'm definitely going to go ahead and go out and say that the Cavaliers are going to go ahead and beat that series. And the reason why, like you said earlier, they got James Harden up over there, a proven veteran guy
Mm-hmm.
who's been a perennial all-star pretty much majority of his career, to go ahead and kind of anchor some of those young cats up over there, along with Donovan Mitchell. So I got the Cavaliers winning that, man. I got the Cavs probably actually. I'm gonna be all the way real, man. I probably got the Cavs, man, winning that in 5. I don't see the Raptors getting more than one game, bro.
Right.
I just don't.
I feel you on
I
that.
don't see it. Yeah, I just don't see that. Um, this Knicks, this Knicks and Hawks, series.
Mm.
I know you said that you feel like, what I'm saying, the Hawks are playing good. They got a bunch of young guys that are kind of contributing. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Knicks are gonna go ahead and win this series for sure.
Okay.
I want to go out on a limb. I want to go out on a limb and say the Knicks should sweep these guys. And the reason why I feel like the Knicks
Ooh.
should sweep, yes, because you have Cat. You know what I'm saying? You have Brunson. You have the supporting cast. If Mike Brown
Why? You know what's
figures out
crazy?
how
Why
to
do
play,
why do I feel like everybody has the same sentiment about the Knicks? It's like you should do this, you should,
you
but like we're
should,
all
right?
unsure though. Why are we unsure about this team?
Because you just don't know.
You just
You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like you don't know what
Well,
you're
I'm gonna
gonna
be real.
get. Like
Even before Westlaw had came back, Tatum for the Celtics, man, I damn near had the Knicks up there as being one of the
me
top
too.
tier teams that could possibly go ahead and get into the Eastern Conference Finals, just based on because I didn't think and the expectations of the Celtics were not high due to the fact of losing, all them guys, Porzingis, Horford, you know what I mean? I know Holiday was over there playing with him last year. So when you lose a lot of guys like that, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
but they figured out a way with that supporting cast to go ahead and win, to where now you're looking at it a little bit more differently, which it should have been the Knicks this whole time. So for me in this
Yeah.
series, man, like I said, I think the Knicks are gonna go ahead and sweep these boys. I think they're gonna go ahead and sweep them. I don't think Atlanta probably would get one game just for the lack of inexperience, I feel like. And I feel like the Knicks have something to go ahead and prove to everybody who has been kind of like doubting them, saying, well, they'll get there, they'll do good, but how well will they go ahead and, do? How much of a run will they make? For that Sixers and Boston series. Oh, golly, bruh.
And you,
I'm
because you're kind of thinking the same thing
not,
as me, right? Be like, because when you think of Maxey,
man,
when you think of Embiid, when you think of Paul George, when you think of Oubre, when you
come
think of
on, man.
Edgecombe, when you think of Barlow, when you think of Quentin Grimes, like they got some Andre
This
Drummond, like
roster, yes, bro. This roster is so talented, but like you said, they've been
injuries
in and
and
out.
everybody.
Man,
I don't know if they got the chemistry. I don't.
no, they don't.
They don't have the chemistry. They got some
They
good
don't.
players though, but you know,
They don't. And I just think that once Tatum came back and once he started getting implemented into the system along with the rest of the players on the Celtics, the chemistry didn't fall off.
right?
I felt like with the Sixers teams, like, okay, 1 minute you're relying on Maxey, the next minute you're relying on Paul George. Sometimes you're relying on Embiid when he does play, when he is in the lineup. But like you said, they all have not played together for long, extensive period of times
Mm-hmm.
in games. And I feel like at this point right now in the playoffs, that matters versus the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So in this one, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Just because of the fact that Boston did lose a lot of players, I will say I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Celtics to go ahead and win this series.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually say this. I think this is gonna go ahead and go 7. I don't know why. I just feel like it will. Uh, just depending on when and Embiid can play. We don't know when, but if and when
If
Embiid can play, what will he be able to go
I
ahead and
feel like
bring?
there's two series like that. I feel like depending on if Embiid plays in that one, I feel like if Luka plays in that Laker one.
Placing that other one. Yes, exactly.
So,
So for me, I got the Celtics go ahead and win in that series in 7.
okay.
And then now it brings me to the Pistons and Cavaliers. I've been teeter-tottering, going back and forth before I made the bracket when I was, kind of making my decision to see what was going to go ahead and go with what. These are two teams that are evenly matched up, I feel like.
Yeah.
With Cade Cunningham coming back and being the vocal leader of this Pistons team, which actually turned around the franchise and put them into a playoff contending team now. I'm going to go ahead and say the Pistons are going to go ahead and beat the Cavaliers. This is gonna be another game, another series. I feel like it's gonna go ahead. Seven games, bro. This is going 7 games for sure. But I feel like somehow, some way, Cade Cunningham and them young Bulls over there are gonna go ahead and figure out how to pull together some win streaks to go ahead and win against the Cavaliers. Now I understand you do have James Harden. You got a future Hall of Famer. You have Donovan Mitchell. You have what's they center up over there, bro? I can't think of his name right now. Big boy,
Jared Allen. You got Evan Mobley. You got Evan Mobley.
Yeah, you got Evan Mobley.
You got Max Strus. Now you got Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder off your bench. You have Dean Wade. You have Jalen. Is it Jalen Tyson? Bro, they got some. They got some dogs.
They got some dogs. They got some dogs over there.
You got the Pistons beating them
because you gotta understand, bro. I feel like if Cade Cunningham would have never went out for that health injury, that the Pistons would be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They're number 1 seed, right? Or no? They're number 1 seed right now, currently. But I just feel like with him going out, it kind of took away some of the excitement because this team is actually good with him playing in the lineup. You know what I mean? So I think with adding him back in there, I think they're gonna go ahead and figure out a way to pull this off. They're gonna figure out a way to pull it off, and I got them go ahead and beating the Cavaliers in the 7-game series.
All right.
Now, with your Knicks and your Celtics, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I kept going back and forth on this game too, this series too, as well, bro. I kept, but the thing about your team, bro, the thing about these Knicks, man, they play too damn inconsistent for them to be that damn good. They're too good.
Yeah.
But they play too inconsistent for my blood. And I'm like, damn.
No, I'm the same.
I want y'all to win.
I want y'all to win. I ain't gonna lie. That was a hard pick, but then I'm like, it was a pick from my heart, but it was a pick that could actually beat. Like, no, but they could still do it though.
They could beat them. Yes.
It wasn't like I'm saying like the Kings are gonna win the championship. Like, nah, but like, nah. No, I feel like because I mean, okay, but look at it like this though, right? Jason Tatum coming back, right? Is he gonna be 100%? And then also too, like I said, that Celtics team isn't as deep as they were before.
They're not.
There's a lot of guys. Neemias Queta, Sherman. They got Garza. It's like they're kind of pulling guys. It's like, okay, who guys that really that next man up. Not really household names how they had before. And I just feel like between that, you're gonna need those guys to step up in moments, right? Sure. Foul trouble, rest. Or maybe, knock on wood, maybe injury, somebody turns an ankle or something. I don't know, gets ejected, something. And you're going to need those guys to step. And I just feel like in those moments, those guys won't be able to do it. And that's why I picked the Knicks. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I want to go ahead and go with the Knicks because of the lack of size on the Celtics. They're not as big as they were used to. Pause.
Mitchell Robinson off the bench for the Knicks.
Yeah, exactly. When you had, Al Horford, when you had Porzingis, you know what I mean? You had some depth.
And you had a defender in Drew Holiday, the perimeter defender in Drew Holiday. You ain't got Drew Holiday. You have none of them this year.
So for me, the only reason why I went ahead
and think about it though, and they lost with those guys.
They did.
No, Porzingis didn't play. He had like a illness or something.
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he was like an illness. Yeah, he didn't play. But my thing is that the way this team came together when Tatum came back, it's like, damn, they never missed a beat.
Yeah.
But like I said, my heart said the Knicks, but I had to go ahead and go with just play and what I've been seeing, night in and night out from the games I did catch from both teams. I just feel like the Knicks are like Orlando. They're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You just don't know what you're going to go ahead and get. You don't know if they're going to play good, excellent, or they're going to play terrible.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Celtics, man, on that one. I got the Celtics, man, winning that series in 7 games.
Okay.
Call 7 games in that joint.
So you got Celtics and Pistons.
Celtics and Pistons, which is a little bit different, you know what I mean, for this Eastern Conference finals. For this one, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I love the Pistons. I love what they got constructed over there, but I just think that the championship pedigree and then having Jason Tatum and then having Jalen Brown, I do feel like the Celtics will go ahead and get this series and win. I'm gonna say 6 games for this one because I do feel like the Pistons will fight. You know what I mean? And put up a fight to go ahead and make it a actual series, an entertaining series at that. But I just think the lack of inexperience will kind of hurt them on their end. So I have the Celtics winning that in 6 games. Now we're gonna go ahead and go over here to the Western Conference over here, my brother.
Okay.
So we have the Thunder and Suns. I'm not gonna go ahead and dwell on this too much because we felt like the Suns and the Warriors, even with the play-in game, we felt like whoever was gonna go ahead and win that game to come into this series to play the Thunder, it wasn't gonna be competitive at all. Let's just be real. Not competitive whatsoever. And no disrespect to Devin Booker, no disrespect to Green, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Brooks.
Mm.
I don't feel like they have what it takes. They're another team that's in this playoffs that is undersized as well. So with me, long story short, I'm going Thunder. I'm going to go ahead and say a sweep. Get the brooms out. They're going 4-0. Get taking care of them boys quick.
Mm.
Now, we go ahead and go to these Lakers and Rockets series. This series here, Rockets, bro, that's another team who plays inconsistent. You never know
all
what you're
season.
gonna go ahead
All
and get.
season.
They've been like this all season, and they have such a
Well,
talented
the problem with them
roster.
is consistent. They don't have a consistent playmaker.
Playmaker.
They become
Right. They don't have
sometimes it's KD trying to score and play make. Then you got Amen Thompson. Then it's like Reed Shepard is kind of like a scoring guard. So it's like they really don't have that playmaking. They need a Fred VanVleet, which I'm not sure. They were saying he was maybe going to come back this season, but that ended up not happening. So
not happening. Right.
Yeah.
No, definitely didn't. So when you think about that, man, you had Fred VanVleet over there, which is your natural point guard, your playmaker, you know what I mean? But he's been out all season long. He has not played. So it's kind of hindered them. And they didn't really go out and go get a true point guard. I felt like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt like when that Chris Paul situation had happened with him in LA, I felt like they probably should have, I don't know what took place when he did leave Houston, and if it was something that was not salvageable.
I wonder why they didn't look at that.
I was wondering why they didn't look at that.
Bad for Chris Paul, like as far as to behind the scenes,
it had to be, bro, because you have somebody who's out there who still can play at a top notch level, even at his, you know what I mean, that can help out your team who was in desperate need of a point guard. Desperate need.
My partner, he's a Rockets fan. He wanted them to push for Dennis Schroeder before the Cavs got him.
I mean,
I didn't know why. I don't know why they didn't inquire about somebody like that. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Something like that too as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like with this series here, man, I would have went ahead with the Lakers based on, because you have Luka, you have LeBron, you have Austin Reeves. But when you have when you have these two dogs out, probably I know Reeves is not playing this whole series, so we know that's not going to happen. Luka might come around maybe game 3 or 4, depending on how this goes. I would have had the Lakers in this matchup, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Rockets, even though I know that they play too inconsistent for me. And I've seen the last 2 matchups that they actually had against this team to where they actually look like they struggle. With this one, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb, man. I'm going to say 7-game series with this one, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just based on, because the Rockets, you just don't know, man. They're up and down.
Okay.
You know, but I have them winning in the 7-game series for that one. The next one is the Nuggets and the Wolves. This might be one of the toughest series in this whole bracket. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, because
we both said that. You know, it's crazy, and I haven't heard a lot of people say that other than us. That's what's crazy. I mean, I'm sure we're not the only ones that think that, but the fact that you and I are sitting here like kind of saying the same thing about, like, we're looking at this series like, and the reason is because, like, this team has been together for so long. When I say this, I'm talking about Minnesota, right? Yeah. Not for so long, but a couple of, you know, you got Gobert, Randall, you got the chemistry, right? And Edwards, I feel like probably best 2 guard in the league. I mean, is that fair? You might consider Jalen Brown a 2 guard, but, you know, I would take Ant over Jalen Brown probably. That's why I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm just not sure about the chemistry that the Nuggets have with some of the additions that they added. I was really Aaron Gordon, we didn't talk about, okay, is he all the way healthy? He's been battling, I think, like hamstrings and stuff. Like, is he all the way healthy? I feel like he's not all the way healthy. I feel like he kind of came back just trying to ramp up before the playoffs, but, you know, we'll see. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, hey, with this one, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm saying this is going 7-game series right here. You know, it's going to be a tough uphill battle for both teams. I'm going to go ahead and say the Nuggets, just based on, because they added, which we talked about, they didn't have last year when they let a lot of those cats go. They got a lot of depth in their bench this year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and you got a triple-double, double-double walking machine in Jokic. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go the Nuggets in 7 games. Okay. I just feel like with them, they have a deeper roster. I feel like for some reason that the the experience, the championship pedigree, and then them having Bruce Brown and them back and stuff like that,
Mhm.
that I feel like they should be able to go ahead and pull this one off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the Spurs and Trailblazers. I'm not gonna go ahead and be long-winded on this one because I felt like the Trailblazers have played really well. They do have a top 10 defense in the league, which a lot of people probably are not aware of.
Mm.
But then you have Wemby, who should be one of the faces of the league, you know what I'm saying, here in the next year or so. You have great guard play, as much as I hate to say it, but De'Aaron Fox has played, well in certain, spurts of games and things of that nature, but you do have, the young bulls and stuff over there
Can
anchoring
we
that
talk about
team.
that real briefly? I
Yeah,
felt
go
like
ahead.
the thing that they've been saying about, and when I say they, just NBA critics, fans, people, casual and both hardcore. The things that I've been hearing about De'Aaron Fox is, oh well, they don't really need him to go off, or they don't really need him to do
And
this or need
I
him.
said that
But here's the
I said
thing,
that
right? But here's the thing, right? And
I'm one of the
and
ones.
I do agree with that to a certain degree. But the fact of the matter is that I haven't really seen like a game or stretch of games this season to where I'm like, oh, De'Aaron, like,
Mhm.
how like when you see Jalen Brown and Tatum, how
Yes.
when you see that year that Jamal Murray and Jokic kind of like had that, like who else? Shaq and Kobe,
Yes.
Jalen Williams
Yes.
and Shai Gilgeous. Like
Shai
you
Yeah,
see where I'm
yeah.
going.
Yeah, no, I
I
do. I
feel like I
definitely do.
haven't
I definitely
seen that with. It's like it's almost like a cast of guys who like everybody's efficient. They play very
Yeah,
efficient. They play
they do.
in a way they kind of remind me of that Warriors team, or that when they had a team together that was just going for championships, moving the ball, passing the ball.
Yeah.
They didn't play like that, like as far as the actual same scheme, but just sharing usage. The usage was
Yeah.
shared amongst different people. But I'm like, I haven't seen that. I feel like in the playoffs you need that second guy. I'm like, can Darren do that? I
So,
don't know. I
well,
don't know.
the thing about it
I
is,
don't
man,
know.
is that I felt like the Spurs are not getting the De'Aaron Fox that was in Sacramento. To where he's gonna put up at least. And
Is
I know
he
you probably
still
don't
that
need that.
guy though? Is he even still that guy that you would? I don't know.
He is.
I don't
He
know.
is. I
You
think
know
that
what?
he's revert. I think
And I kind of
he's
know we're getting
reverted
off
though.
course a little bit. I don't. The reason I say I don't know is because we didn't see it before he left Sacramento,
Yeah.
and we really haven't seen it since he left Sacramento. So it's like we haven't seen that you're talking about since
Mhm.
that series against the Warriors here in
The
Sacramento.
Warriors.
We really haven't
Sure.
seen that, De'Aaron. No.
You haven't.
He had games the season after that. He did, but it's been about a year and a half
Yeah.
that we've seen like that
Like,
explosive, like
hey, nah,
dominant De'Aaron
that's it.
Fox. I don't know.
I
Is
think
that
that
still there? And as you get older, it's
he's
not gonna. You
reverted.
don't get faster. You don't get
No, you
better.
don't.
You don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
No,
know.
you
I
don't.
don't know.
I feel like he's kind of taking the backseat role, and he feels
That's
like this
fine.
is Wemby's team, followed by Castle and
I would say.
Vassell. You
Would
know
you
what I
say that
mean?
he's third behind Castle right now?
Yes,
I
for
do
sure.
too. But
Without a doubt.
you're getting too much.
Without a
You're
doubt.
getting paid too much money to be third behind anybody right
I agree.
now.
I agree.
You see what I'm
Well,
saying? Like,
they brought you over there for a reason. So for me,
hey, well, here, hey,
I'm waiting. This
earn
is
your
where
paycheck.
this is where you
Earn your
show up.
paycheck this run.
This is where you show up. Exactly.
I think we need to see it. But go ahead. My bad.
I agree. No. You're good. You're good. So I feel like with this, man, I don't think Portland stands a chance, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to go ahead and say a clean sweep
I think
with them two
yeah,
as well,
I
bro.
think that's a sweep. Yeah.
I just don't think Portland has enough,
Firepower.
Even
Mhm.
though I like the last game they just played when Denny or put up 40. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I just don't feel like they have enough to go ahead and match up with the Spurs on that one. So with that one, I'm saying Spurs, they go ahead and win that series 4-0. So now we have the Thunder and the Rockets. Another one. I feel like the matchup on both sides equally are matched up. They're both tall. They both have wing players. They both have, a center, what I'm saying, or centers that can go ahead and play. But like I said, I just feel like I feel like the Rockets are still trying to find their identity for some reason, and they don't necessarily need to
Still
go ahead
in
and do
April.
that.
In April. That's the issue with them. You're still
Yeah,
trying to figure out who you are in April.
who you are.
It's
You don't
like
need to do that. You don't. And then I see the lack of chemistry with KD and his teammates over there.
Which has been
So I
so
don't
odd to
know.
me this year. But like I said,
It's
just not
bad.
having a point guard. Not having a point
Yeah,
guard.
I agree. That point guard situation has really, really held them at
Yes.
a low. So with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is gonna go ahead and go a 7-game series. I feel like, I do feel like the Thunder are gonna go ahead and pull this one out and end up beating them to go ahead and advance to the Western Conference Finals.
Mhm.
Now the Nuggets and Spurs.
Mhm.
I feel like this is gonna be another great series, but I just feel like you talked about earlier, if Wemby gets in foul trouble, they
Mhm.
lack size
Mhm.
in that in that front court.
And if the Nuggets are smart, force feed Jokic like a
Feed Jokic
motherfucker.
all day
Because
long.
if
If you force
Wemby gets in
feed
foul
him,
trouble, who is going to
it's over
guard
with.
him?
It's over.
Who?
It's over
Luke
with. It's
Cornett?
over with.
They
Cornet can't do
literally
that.
have no other big. Bismack
No,
Biyombo?
they
Like
don't.
who's gonna guard like
No.
Jokic? Like no, like for real.
It won't.
Like
It won't happen. So as long if you get Jokic to do the triple double or double double, and then put my best player in foul trouble,
yeah.
the Spurs are going to be in for a long series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A long one. You know, and
This
I'm going to go ahead and go ahead.
If I was the coach, and I know
Force
I'm
feed.
not, but I'm for bro. This is gonna be Jokic's series. Jokic needs to average 35 this series because you need to put the pressure on Wemby. Because here's the thing, he's a unicorn too. You can't really guard him like that. But I do feel like you could like wear him down mentally and emotionally.
Yes.
Wemby's crying in regular season games, and I don't mean to knock him like that, but I'm like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you could wear him down a bit.
You got a veteran in Yoke, and Yoke's been there. He's won a championship, so he
Force
understands
feed
what it's
Jokic. You better eat this series. That's the only way y'all go. Like you had to tear them down from the top. You got cut that tree trunk down and be like, okay, Wemby's out. All right, somebody else beat me, Darren. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so, nah, for real. Like you got to make somebody else beat you in a series.
I agree, and I feel like what y'all's gonna go ahead. Jamal Murray, I feel like he should have a good series. I know he's got to play against 3 different guards.
He always does.
So it's gonna be kind of.
He always comes to the playoffs. Always come. He's Some guys are like playoff guys, and he's one of them. And we both said the same thing. No, he's one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the wild card is who you said earlier,
Cam Johnson,
which was Cam Johnson.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, you got to get solid play out of those two, Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, I felt like, I ain't gonna lie to you, for the games I did watch with him, he doesn't feel like he's fit in from what I've seen. He seems like he's,
which I don't understand why. Because I'm like, bro, like you can run the floor, you can rebound, you can shoot, just play your game.
Right.
But at the same time, we don't know what he's being asked to do. And so that's where it's like, I don't know, but he's had injuries too.
He has been in and out the lineup.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
So with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the experience, the pedigree, championship pedigree, and how well they've been coached so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and definitely say Denver,
OKC. Who you got?
In 6, Denver, OKC, bruh. And I was going back and forth about this one. It's a hard matchup, man. I feel like they're evenly matched up too as well. Front court, back court, wing, the whole 9. Jamal Murray and SGA is going to be something to watch if they do meet each other in the Western Conference Finals. Again, I want to say Denver will get their get back and get their lick, but I'm going to go ahead and say Thunder, man. I feel like Thunder's going to go ahead and win this series in a tough 7-game series, man. I feel like SGA, Jalen, they're going to figure it out, man. You know what I mean? Not hard side. Yeah, they're going to figure it out.
So we're looking at your bracket right now.
Yes, sir.
You have the Celtics and the Thunder, and it looks like you had the Thunder winning the NBA championship. Yes, tell me why. Why? Why do you have the Thunder winning the NBA championship?
Bruh, SGA is on a terrorist attack right now, bruh. If he can carry that success over from the regular season, to these playoffs, and then you have a defensive-minded, players around you with Jalen Williams and Hardenstein and the rest of them cats.
Lou Dort,
you know what I'm saying?
And Chet, again, and that's important cat. And here's another team. See, this is important. Here's another team to where there were injuries with Shai and Jalen Williams, and those other guys got burned. That experience is valuable when you have guys like Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Case and Wallace who are getting extended minutes. And they're playing well, scoring 15, 20 point, 5 threes in a night. And then it's like, okay, now you can trust those guys. in tight
Yep.
moments, or to give your guy a breather or foul trouble, or like, okay, we know we can go to Isaiah Joe, we know we can go to Aaron Wiggins, we know we
Yep.
can go to Case and Wallace. Like,
Yep.
that's big.
That's a
So
deep team, bro. That's a deep team as
that's
far as,
big.
their rotational players, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Thunder. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think this might be over in 5 games, bro. To be all the way real with you, I don't
In the
think the
finals?
Yeah, I don't think the Celtics are gonna have enough to go ahead and withstand what the hell they
Ooh,
got going on over
okay,
there.
that's
So
fair.
I'm gonna say 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with SGA's being my Finals MVP again, bro.
Hey, historic run right now by SGA, man. If he can get back to
Yes, sir.
back, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I feel like we didn't talk about this, but I feel like he deserves an MVP.
Oh, for sure.
Again,
No,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no,
back
no
to
doubt
back
about that.
MVPs, and if he gets another championship, he's probably gonna get back to back NBA Finals
NBA
MVPs.
Finals. Yes,
But
sir.
but here's
Yes.
my thing. In both of our brackets, because I had Denver going and I had them winning. You got Thunder going in there. Honestly, here's the thing. I think it could be Denver, it could be OKC, it
Yeah.
could be the Spurs.
Yes, sir.
But I
agree.
really don't see anybody
100%
else in the West. The only wild card is Minnesota.
It's them Rockets.
It's,
Oh, no, I said Rockets.
I
said
say
Rockets.
Minnesota's like that wild card. Come on, okay, if they can knock off Denver,
Oh man, they're going
and
to
then
the
if you
finals.
can
I feel
just,
like, or what?
and
The
if
East
you
Conference
go
Finals, or
against the
Western
Spurs, because here's the thing about the Spurs. I know a lot of people are picking them, say, "Oh my," but here's the thing: they're not like they're a very good team, but I'm not looking at them like
They are.
unbeatable. I'm not looking at them like
They're
that.
beatable. They're definitely beatable.
They're
for
beatable.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Again, young
Definitely.
team. I think like if you beat them up a little bit, I think if you get in their head a little bit, they haven't been challenged yet. They haven't been.
They haven't
been. You know, they haven't seen. They haven't been through the ringer yet. So it's like, I think that's what they're gonna have to go through something, some adversity during this run, and I think it's gonna start in that second round. First round is gonna be a breeze for them. Here's the thing, I can see it right now. First round is gonna be a breeze. They're gonna be feeling good. They're gonna have a swag. Like they're gonna be, oh yeah, we play as a team, and they get to that second round. And if you do get past the second round, now you got to get to that third round. And if you do get to the NBA Finals, you're gonna play a really good team, whoever, no matter who you play. So the first round is probably going to be a breeze for y'all. Beyond that, you're gonna have your work cut out for you if you're San Antonio. So, but like I said, Spurs, Thunder, Nuggets, it could be any of those teams. Out east, Knicks, Celtics. I like Cavs. I do like the Cavs too. You know why I like the Cavs? Because they have two bigs, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Two really good bigs who I feel like have experience. You got James Harden again, chip on the shoulder, who hasn't been to the NBA Finals in stupid long since the OKC days. He almost got there with the Rockets. If Chris Paul didn't pull his hamstring, probably would have beat the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree.
I feel like it's time for us to see Harden like, elevate, make a run, make a push. I'm okay. Well, is this a year we see it? You're in the East,
yeah,
because you were in the East with Philly, and you were in the East with the Nets, but now you got Donovan Mitchell. We didn't talk about Donovan Mitchell, bro. Hey, on the low, this dude Donovan Mitchell is probably one of the best players that nobody really like. I don't want to say nobody talks about, but like he does kind of fly under the radar a bit when it comes to like when we're talking about the guys. We talk about the Lukas, we talk about the Jokic's, we talk about the Shays, we talk about the Wembys, but right underneath that, then we kind of talk about Ant. Like he should be like right there. He's really good,
no doubt.
He is good, bruh. So
I'm not mad at that neither. I mean, like I said, I know I'm probably gonna go ahead and get some of these picks wrong, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, because I know some of these teams, I feel like it can go either way, just based on who plays well, who doesn't get hurt, things of that nature. And I kept going back and forth, man. Between that Pistons and that Cavaliers series, but I just feel like with Cade Cunningham coming back and them actually playing really well before that injury or for that before that health issue had happened with him, they were right there, bro. You know what I mean? They were right there as one of the teams that we talked about, one of the teams that people were really paying attention to. Like, damn, these guys are really actually playing well.
Yeah.
And they continue, because I thought it was gonna fall off a little bit. It actually continued when he went out.
Yeah.
They were still able to go ahead and win and, have a good record, so it's going to be interesting, man, to see how, like, that series ends, man, with the Cavaliers and Pistons if they get there, man.
No, you're right.
Knicks, bro, I swear, bro. I had them Knicks beating the Celtics, but like I said, now with Tatum back, bro, and they didn't miss no beats and stuff like that. I really want the Knicks to actually go ahead and do it, but I just don't see it, brother.
Man,
Inconsistency
so
keeps messing me down.
you got OKC, I got Denver, but honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not really like I wouldn't put my money on it. Like I don't really know. I
I
think
wouldn't
this is
either.
gonna be a really interesting and fun, exciting playoff series
Playoffs,
to watch in both
sure.
the Eastern and Western Conference. It starts tomorrow, well, actually today, because right now it's midnight at the time we're finishing this video. It's 12:05. I'm about to
Okay.
put this video up right now, so hopefully some of y'all are watching this like early in the morning, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
but these are our playoff predictions. Please tap in, let us know what you think about our predictions. Who do you have winning the NBA Finals? Who do you have going to the finals? Any surprise teams? Anybody you feel like is going to just choke? Or do you feel like there's a surprise team that may upset somebody? We didn't talk about upsets, right? I guess we
No.
kind of said Minnesota might be like an upset, but
Upset, yeah.
you know,
No, definitely.
um,
I don't
if
really
there
see any
was an
other upsets
upset, if there was an
in this bracket.
just real quick before we get up out of here, if I did have to pick one upset besides the Minnesota Denver, I would say Hawks and Knicks, bro. I like, but the
Wow.
Hawks, sneaky,
The Hawks.
sneaky, sneaky good, sneaky good,
I
sneaky
feel like
good.
I feel like the lack of inexperience, bro, is gonna kill them.
For sure, but I'm saying if it was, I really don't like the Lakers because LeBron's too old. They don't have enough right now, so I don't think that's
Yeah,
a
they don't.
Phoenix. No, absolutely, they're not beating the Thunder.
No, hell no.
Portland, good young team. They're about a player or two away.
Yes,
So
sir.
before they're really competing, but yeah, man, nah, this was fun. This was fun. We're gonna get ready to watch these games in the morning, and we are gonna get back at y'all, man. Maybe we can do like game one recaps after like all the game
We
ones
can
are
do that.
played. And
Down
then
with
we'll
that.
and we'll go from there. Maybe I think that'll probably be like Sunday-ish, Monday-ish. We'll kind of do
Sunday.
something like that.
Pretty much.
So,
Yep.
man, all in no ram. I go by the name of Southern Producer. We got Doughboy Bush. NBA playoffs
Yes, sir.
2026 is here, and we are on the way to crowning a new champion or maybe a repeat champion in the OKC Thunder. We're gonna see, man. Tap in, comment, like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna get back at y'all, man. We up out of here.